Today lesson improve your English just by listening, 30 minutes of real English listening practice, B1, B2, James and Olivia. Morning, James. You look tired today.
Morning, Olivia. Yeah, I didn't sleep very well last night. I kept waking up every hour or so.
That's not good. Was something on your mind?
Honestly, yes. I've got a big presentation tomorrow, and I keep thinking about all the things that could go wrong.
I get that. Presentations always make me nervous too, even when I've prepared everything perfectly.
Exactly. It doesn't matter how many times I practice, my hands still shake a little right before I start speaking.
Have you tried breathing exercises? My sister swears by them. She takes a few deep breaths before she goes on stage, and she says it calms her right down.
I haven't tried that, actually. I usually just drink a strong coffee and hope for the best.
Huh. That's one way to do it, I suppose. Although too much coffee might make you even more nervous.
True. Maybe I should cut back a bit today. What about you? How was your weekend?
It was lovely, actually. We went hiking on Saturday, up in the hills just outside the city. The weather was perfect, not too hot, not too cold.
That sounds amazing. Who did you go with?
A few friends from university. We hadn't seen each other in months, so it was really nice to catch up. We packed a picnic and stopped halfway up the trail to eat.
What did you bring?
Just sandwiches, some fruit, and a big thermos of tea. Nothing fancy, but it tasted incredible after all that walking.
Food always tastes better outdoors, doesn't it?
Definitely. There's something about fresh air that makes everything more enjoyable.
I should get out more. I spend way too much time indoors, especially during the week.
You really should. Even a short walk during lunch can make a big difference. I try to walk for 20 minutes every day, just around the block near my office.
Does it actually help?
It does, surprisingly. I come back to my desk feeling much more focused. Sitting all day makes my mind feel foggy.
I'll give it a try this week. Maybe it'll help with my nerves about tomorrow too.
It might. And remember, even if the presentation isn't perfect, it's not the end of the world. People forget mistakes pretty quickly.
That's true. I always forget other people's small mistakes, so I guess they'll forget mine too.
Exactly. Just focus on speaking clearly and looking confident, even if you don't feel it inside.
Fake it till you make it, right?
Something like that. Anyway, do you want to grab a coffee before the meeting starts?
Sure, let's go. Maybe just a small one this time.
So how's the new project going? The one with the marketing team?
It's going okay, I think. There's a lot to organize, and honestly, some days I feel completely overwhelmed.
What exactly are you working on?
We're redesigning the company website. New layout, new colors, easier navigation, the whole thing. It sounds simple, but there are so many small details.
I can imagine. Websites always look easy from the outside, but there's so much planning behind them.
Exactly. And the tricky part is that everyone on the team has a different opinion. The designers want one thing, the marketing people want another, and the managers want something completely different.
That sounds stressful. How do you deal with all those opinions?
We have a lot of meetings, unfortunately. Sometimes it feels like we spend more time discussing the plan than actually doing the work.
I know that feeling all too well. My team is the same. We had 3 meetings last week just to decide on a font for our new brochure.
Seriously? A font?
I'm not joking. Half the team wanted something modern, the other half wanted something more traditional. In the end, we just went with whatever the manager preferred.
Sometimes that's the fastest way to solve things. Let someone with more authority make the final call.
True, although it can feel a bit unfair if your idea gets rejected.
Does that happen to you a lot?
More than I'd like. But I've learned not to take it personally. It's not about me being wrong, it's just business.
That's a healthy way to look at it. I still struggle with that sometimes. If someone criticizes my work, I take it straight to heart.
I used to be exactly the same. But over time, you build a thicker skin. You start to see feedback as something helpful instead of something personal.
I hope I get there eventually.
You will. Give it time. Speaking of work, are you still planning to ask for a raise this year?
I've been thinking about it, but I'm a bit nervous to bring it up.
Why? You've been working really hard lately. You deserve it. I know, but talking about money always makes me uncomfortable. I never know exactly what to say.
Here's a tip: prepare a list of your achievements beforehand. Write down everything you've completed this year, any extra responsibilities you've taken on, anything that shows your value to the company.
That's actually a great idea. I hadn't thought of putting it in writing.
It helps a lot. When you have real examples, it's much easier to make your case. It's not just, I want more money, it's, here's what I've contributed.
Thanks, Olivia. I might ask you to help me practice before the actual conversation.
Of course. Just let me know when.
So, any plans for this weekend?
Actually, yes. My cousin is visiting from out of town, so we're planning to show her around the city.
Oh nice, how long is she staying?
Just 3 days. She's never been here before, so we want to make the most of it.
What are you planning to do?
We'll probably start with the old town, you know, the historic center with all the little shops and cafes. Then maybe the art museum on Saturday afternoon.
That sounds like a great plan. Have you been to the new exhibition there? I heard it's really popular right now.
Not yet, but I've heard great things too. Apparently there's a huge line every weekend, so we're planning to go early in the morning to avoid the crowds.
Smart move. What about food? Any restaurants in mind?
We're thinking about trying that new Italian place near the river. Have you been?
I have, actually. I went there last month with my girlfriend. The pasta is incredible, but I'd recommend booking a table in advance. It gets really busy, especially on weekends.
Good to know, thanks for the tip. I'll call them tomorrow.
What about after the museum? Any evening plans?
We might just relax at home and cook something together. My cousin loves cooking, so we're planning to try a new recipe, something we've never made before.
That sounds fun. What kind of food does she like?
She's really into Asian cuisine, actually. We're thinking of trying a Thai curry recipe. I've never made one myself, so it should be an adventure.
Send me a photo if it turns out well. Or even if it doesn't, I'd still like to see the attempt.
Will do. What about you? Any plans?
Nothing too exciting. I'm mostly just going to rest and prepare for the coming week. Maybe I'll finally finish that book I started months ago.
Oh, which book is it?
It's a mystery novel, one of those stories where you're trying to guess who the culprit is the whole time. I keep getting distracted and forgetting where I left off.
I know that feeling. I have at least 3 books sitting on my shelf that I started but never finished.
Same here. Maybe we should start a little book club, just the two of us, to keep each other motivated.
That's actually not a bad idea. We could pick one book a month and discuss it over coffee.
Let's do it. I'll think of a good book to start with.
Deal. I'm excited already. So, any plans for this weekend?
Actually, yes. My cousin is visiting from out of town, so we're planning to show her around the city.
Oh nice, how long is she staying?
Just 3 days. She's never been here before, so we want to make the most of it.
What are you planning to do?
We'll probably start with the old town, you know, the historic center with all the little shops and cafes. Then maybe the art museum on Saturday afternoon.
That sounds like a great plan. Have you been to the new exhibition there? I heard it's really popular right now.
Not yet, but I've heard great things too. Apparently there's a huge line every weekend, so we're planning to go early in the morning to avoid the crowds.
Smart move. What about food? Any restaurants in mind?
We're thinking about trying that new Italian place near the river. Have you been?
I have, actually. I went there last month with my girlfriend. The pasta is incredible, but I'd recommend booking a table in advance. It gets really busy, especially on weekends.
Good to know, thanks for the tip. I'll call them tomorrow.
What about after the museum? Any evening plans?
We might just relax at home and cook something together. My cousin loves cooking, so we're planning to try a new recipe, something we've never made before.
That sounds fun. What kind of food does she like?
She's really into Asian cuisine, actually. We're thinking of trying a Thai curry recipe. I've never made one myself, so it should be an adventure.
Send me a photo if it turns out well. Or even if it doesn't, I'd still like to see the attempt.
Will do. What about you? Any plans?
Nothing too exciting. I'm mostly just going to rest and prepare for the coming week. Maybe I'll finally finish that book I started months ago.
Oh, which book is it?
It's a mystery novel, one of those stories where you're trying to guess who the culprit is the whole time. I keep getting distracted and forgetting where I left off.
I know that feeling. I have at least 3 books sitting on my shelf that I started but never finished.
Same here. Maybe we should start a little book club, just the two of us, to keep each other motivated.
That's actually not a bad idea. We could pick one book a month and discuss it over coffee.
Let's do it. I'll think of a good book to start with.
Deal. I'm excited already. By the way, I still haven't shown you the photos from my trip last year. Remember, the one to the coast?
Oh right, I completely forgot about that. How was it?
It was one of the best trips I've ever taken, honestly. We stayed in a small town by the sea, and everything about it felt so peaceful.
What was the town like?
Very quiet, very traditional. There weren't many tourists, which made it feel more authentic. The streets were narrow, with colorful houses everywhere, and the smell of fresh fish in the morning from the local market.
That sounds beautiful. Did you do a lot of sightseeing?
A little, but honestly, we mostly just relaxed. We spent our mornings walking along the beach, and in the afternoons, we'd sit at a little cafe and watch the boats come in.
That's exactly the kind of holiday I need right now. Something slow and simple.
It really recharges you. I came back feeling like a completely different person, calmer, more patient.
How did you find the place? Was it recommended by someone?
Actually, it was totally random. We were originally planning to go somewhere else, but our first choice was fully booked, so we searched online and stumbled upon this little town almost by accident.
Sometimes the best trips happen that way, completely unplanned.
Exactly. If everything had gone according to our original plan, we probably would have missed out on something even better.
Did you try any local food while you were there?
Oh, so much food. Fresh seafood every single day, grilled fish, seafood pasta, this amazing soup made with mussels and tomatoes. I still think about that soup sometimes.
Now I'm hungry just listening to you.
Sorry about that. We also tried a local dessert, a type of custard tart that the whole region is famous for. It was incredibly sweet, but absolutely delicious.
I'll have to add that town to my travel list. What's it called again?
I'll write it down for you. Honestly, I think you'd love it. It's exactly your kind of place, quiet and relaxing.
Perfect, I could really use a trip like that. Work has been so hectic lately that I haven't even thought about vacation.
You should start planning something, even if it's months away. Just having something to look forward to can make a big difference.
You're right. I'll start looking into it this week. Speaking of food, have you been cooking much lately?
Actually, yes. I've been trying to cook more at home instead of ordering takeout all the time. It's healthier, and honestly, it saves a lot of money too.
That's impressive. I always tell myself I'll cook more, but somehow I end up ordering food anyway.
It's all about preparation, I think. If I don't plan my meals for the week, I end up too tired to cook after work, and then I just order something instead.
How do you plan your meals?
Every Sunday, I sit down and decide what I'll eat for the whole week. Then I make one big shopping list and buy everything I need in one trip.
That actually sounds really efficient. Doesn't it get boring though, eating the same things?
Not really, because I try to mix it up. One day it might be a stir-fry, another day soup, another day a simple pasta dish. As long as I have a variety of ingredients, I can be pretty creative.
What's your go-to recipe when you don't have much time?
Honestly, a simple vegetable stir-fry with rice. It only takes about 15 minutes, and you can throw in whatever vegetables you have in the fridge.
That sounds doable, even for someone like me who isn't very confident in the kitchen.
You'd be surprised how easy it is once you get the hang of it. Cooking isn't as complicated as people think, it's mostly about practice.
Maybe I'll ask you to teach me sometime. I feel like I only know how to make about 3 dishes, and I've been eating them on repeat for years.
I'd be happy to show you. We could even cook together one evening. It's much more fun with company anyway.
I'd love that. Just don't judge me if I mess something up.
No judgment here, I promise. Everyone burns something at least once. I once completely forgot about rice on the stove and it turned into a black, smoky disaster.
Har! What did you do?
I had to open every window in the apartment and just laugh about it. Thankfully, my neighbors didn't complain.
That's reassuring, actually. Makes me feel a bit better about my own cooking disasters.
Exactly, everyone has those stories. The key is not to give up. Every mistake teaches you something for next time.
That's a nice way to look at it. All right, you've convinced me, let's plan a cooking evening soon.
Perfect, I'll bring the recipes, you bring the ingredients.
Deal.
Can I ask you something? Do you feel like you spend too much time on your phone?
Honestly, yes. I check it constantly, even when there's nothing important happening. It's become such a habit that I barely notice I'm doing it.
I feel exactly the same. Sometimes I pick up my phone just out of boredom, without even thinking about it.
It's a strange habit, isn't it? I've tried to cut down, but it's harder than I expected.
What have you tried so far?
I turned off most of my notifications, which helped a little. At least now my phone doesn't buzz every 5 minutes.
That's a good first step. I did something similar. I moved all my social media apps off my home screen, so I have to search for them instead of just tapping automatically.
Does that actually make a difference?
Surprisingly, yes. That extra little bit of effort makes me stop and think, do I actually want to check this right now? And most of the time, the answer is no.
I might try that too. What about before bed? I always end up scrolling for way too long, and then I wonder why I can't fall asleep.
Same problem here. I've started reading a physical book instead, at least for the last 30 minutes before sleep. It really helps me relax, and I fall asleep much faster.
That sounds like a healthier habit. I think I've forgotten how nice it is to read an actual paper book instead of staring at a screen.
It really is different. There's something calming about it, no notifications, no bright light, just the story.
I might dig out one of my old books this weekend and give it a try.
You should. And honestly, even just an hour without any screens can make a difference in how you feel. I try to have one full day a week, usually Sunday, where I barely touch my phone at all.
A full day. That sounds difficult.
It was at first, but now I actually look forward to it. I read, I go for walks, I spend time with people in person instead of texting them. It feels like a mental reset.
I admire that. I think I'll try starting with just a few hours and build up from there.
That's a great approach. Small steps are much easier to stick with than big, sudden changes.
Thanks for the advice, Olivia. You always seem to have good ideas about this kind of thing.
I don't know about that, but I'm glad it helps.
Do you still keep in touch with your old school friends?
A few of them, yes, although it's harder now that everyone lives in different cities. We mostly just message each other, and we try to meet up once or twice a year.
That's tough. I lost touch with most of my school friends over the years. Life just gets busy, and before you know it, months have passed without talking.
I know exactly what you mean. It's not that we stopped caring about each other, we just got caught up in our own lives.
Do you ever feel guilty about that? Like you should be making more effort?
Sometimes, yes. But I've also learned that real friendships can survive long gaps. When I do see my old friends, it feels like no time has passed at all. We just pick up right where we left off.
That's true. I had a similar experience last year. I met an old friend from university after almost 5 years, and within minutes, it felt completely normal again, like we'd never stopped talking.
That's the best feeling, isn't it? It shows that some connections are just strong enough to last, no matter the distance or time.
Definitely. Still, I think I should make more effort to reach out to people, instead of just waiting for them to contact me first.
That's a nice goal. Even a simple message asking how someone's doing can mean a lot. People usually appreciate it more than we expect.
You're right. I'll try to message a few old friends this week, just to check in.
That sounds lovely. Let me know how it goes.
I will. What about new friendships? Do you find it harder to make new friends as an adult?
Much harder, honestly. When you're in school or university, you're surrounded by people your age all the time, so friendships happen naturally. As an adult, you have to actually make an effort.
I completely agree. It's not like there's a built-in social setting anymore.
Exactly. That's part of why I joined a hiking group a couple of years ago. It gave me a chance to meet new people who share similar interests.
How did that go?
Really well, actually. Some of the people I met there have become close friends now. We go hiking together almost every month.
That's great. Maybe I should look into something similar. I don't really have many hobbies that involve meeting new people.
You should. It doesn't have to be hiking, it could be anything. A cooking class, a sports team, a book club, even. The important thing is putting yourself out there.
That's good advice. I'll think about what might interest me.
Let me know if you need recommendations. I know quite a few local groups.
Thanks, Olivia. I appreciate that.
Have you been sleeping any better since we last talked about it?
A little, actually. I started going to bed at the same time every night, even on weekends, and it seems to be helping.
That's great to hear. Consistency really does make a difference. Our bodies love routine, even if we don't always want to admit it.
I also started exercising a bit more. Nothing intense, just a short walk or some light stretching in the morning.
That's wonderful. How do you feel afterward?
Surprisingly good. I always assumed I'd feel more tired after exercising in the morning, but it actually wakes me up and makes me feel more alert throughout the day.
Exercise does that. It gets your blood flowing and releases those feel-good chemicals in your brain. I always feel more positive after a workout, even a short one.
Do you exercise regularly?
I try to, yes. I usually go for a run 3 times a week, and on the other days, I do some light yoga at home.
That's impressive. I've never been very good at sticking to a routine.
It took me a long time to build the habit too. At first, I could barely run for 5 minutes without getting out of breath. Now I can comfortably run for half an hour.
That's really motivating. What helped you stay consistent?
Honestly, finding something I actually enjoy made the biggest difference. I used to force myself to go to the gym, which I hated, so I never stuck with it. Once I discovered running outdoors, it felt much more natural.
That makes sense. Maybe I should experiment with different types of exercise instead of forcing myself into something I don't enjoy.
Exactly. There's no rule that says exercise has to be boring or painful. Find something fun, and the consistency will follow naturally.
I might try swimming. I used to love it as a kid, but I haven't been to a pool in years.
That's a great idea. Swimming is such a gentle workout too, easy on the joints but still really effective.
I'll look for a pool near my place this week.
Let me know how it goes. And speaking of health, are you drinking enough what?
Do you ever think about where you'll be in 5 years?
All the time, actually. I like having goals to work toward, even if they change along the way.
What kind of goals do you have right now?
Well, professionally, I'd love to move into a leadership role eventually. I enjoy mentoring people, and I think I'd be good at guiding a team.
I can definitely see that. You're always so patient when explaining things to others.
Thank you, that means a lot. What about you? Any big goals on your mind?
I've been thinking about switching careers, actually. Not completely, but maybe moving into a slightly different field that combines what I already know with something new I'm interested in.
That sounds exciting. What field are you thinking about?
I've always been fascinated by design. I think I'd like to explore something in that direction, maybe user experience design specifically.
That's a great fit for you, honestly. You always have such a good eye for how things look and function.
Thanks, I appreciate that. It feels a bit scary to think about starting over in a new area though.
That's completely understandable, but it doesn't have to be all at once. You could start by taking a course or two, just to explore the basics before making any big decisions.
That's a good point. I don't need to quit my job tomorrow and jump into something completely unfamiliar.
Exactly. Small, steady steps usually lead to the best outcomes. Rushing into big changes can sometimes backfire.
I'll start looking into some online courses this weekend. Maybe I can learn the basics in my free time before deciding if it's really the right path for me.
That sounds like a smart plan. And if you ever want feedback on your work, feel free to show me. I might not be an expert, but I can definitely offer an outside perspective.
I'd really appreciate that. Thanks, Olivia.
Of course. What about personal goals? Anything outside of work?
I'd like to travel more, honestly. I feel like I've been so focused on work these past few years that I've barely explored anywhere new.
That's a wonderful goal. Any particular places on your list?
A few, actually. I've always wanted to visit the mountains up north. I've heard the scenery is incredible, especially in autumn.
Oh, I've heard the same thing. Apparently the colors are absolutely stunning this time of year.
Maybe I'll plan a trip for next autumn. Nothing extravagant, just a few days to relax and enjoy the views.
That sounds perfect. And who knows, maybe I'll join you if the dates work out.
I'd love that. It's always better with company anyway. By the way, have you noticed how unpredictable the weather's been lately?
Oh, completely. One day it's warm and sunny, and the next day I need a heavy coat and an umbrella.
I got caught in the rain yesterday without an umbrella. I was completely soaked by the time I got to the office.
Oh no, that's the worst. Did you have to sit in wet clothes all day?
Pretty much. Luckily, I keep a spare jacket in my desk drawer, so it wasn't a total disaster.
Smart thinking. I should probably do the same. I always forget to check the forecast before leaving home.
Same here. I usually just look out the window and guess, which clearly isn't a great strategy.
I do that too sometimes. What's your favorite season, by the way?
Probably autumn. I love the cooler temperatures, and there's something really cozy about wearing sweaters and drinking warm tea in the evening.
I agree, autumn is lovely. Personally, I lean toward spring though. Everything feels fresh and new, and the flowers start blooming everywhere.
That's true, spring does have a nice energy to it. Do you do anything special during that season?
I try to spend more time outdoors once the weather warms up. After a long winter indoors, it feels amazing to finally sit outside without freezing.
I know exactly what you mean. Winter can feel endless sometimes, especially when it gets dark so early in the evening.
Definitely. That's actually when I struggle the most with motivation. It's hard to feel energetic when the sun sets at 4 in the afternoon.
Same here. I usually just want to go straight to bed once it gets dark, even if it's only early evening.
To fight that, I try to keep my apartment bright with lots of lamps, and I make sure to get outside during my lunch break, even just for 10 minutes, to get some natural light.
That's a good idea. I think I need more light in my life too, literally and figuratively.
Well, hopefully summer comes around quickly this year.
Fingers crossed. Alright, we should probably get back to work before our break disappears completely.